Hey everybody, it's Kevra.
Oh, it's me. I'm Kevra. I'm conflicted. Not about being Kevra. Clearly, I'm still Kevra. Maybe. I think. I hope. Nintendo's got me questioning things. A lot of things. We got a lot to talk about.
So, when you guys are actually watching this video, it'll probably be about a week after the February Nintendo Direct dropped. However, at the time of recording this, it's about 8 hours since the Direct aired. And I'm feeling conflicted. I don't know. It was very strange to see Mario Kart 8 get DLC announced 5 years later. But before we get too deep into that, I do want to acknowledge that this channel has been mostly about Mario Party Superstars DLC. So I will mostly be talking about that, but I'm also going to be talking about Mario Kart 8, and I'll also be just talking about DLC in general, because I feel like when it comes to DLC, Nintendo is so flipping weird. Of course, this shouldn't really surprise us, because Nintendo in general is just really strange and weird, and they do things that just make us scratch our heads. But even though we know that Nintendo consistently does something way out of left field, they still surprise us. And I'm over here just in shock, because the last thing I expected was that Mario Kart DLC announcement. Now, before I actually get into that talk, I do want to mention that overall I thought the Direct was fine. It was good. It wasn't personally for me. I don't care about Xenoblade Chronicles. I don't care about Fire Emblem. Those are two things I have not gotten into, at least not yet. That doesn't mean it wasn't a bad Direct. For people that are fans of those franchises, I'm sure this Direct was amazing for them. Personally, I'm a giant Earthbound fan, and I was so excited to see Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings have finally come to the Nintendo Switch. In fact, ever since that announcement, I have been spamming my friends with text messages being like, start playing Earthbound right now, you have no excuse. You don't have to go buy it, it's free, go get it right now. That goes for you too, random stranger on the internet watching me. Go play it. Seriously, go play it. This is fun. I like it. So as someone who is very hopeful about getting Mario Party Superstars DLC, because all they'd have to do is just remake more N64 boards and it just seemed like an easy layup for them, I was going into this Direct hoping that it would get announced. Of course, I wasn't expecting it. I knew it was basically a 50-50 chance. But when I was watching the Direct, I kind of thought to myself that if it was going to come, it was going to come pretty early. But as we got about halfway through the Direct, I was realizing they hadn't announced any kind of DLC for anything. And I wasn't sure what that meant, because it didn't seem like Mario Party Superstars DLC was going to be like one of the big final reveals. It felt like it would have been something that was like good news, but towards the beginning of the Direct. So I couldn't quite figure out what that meant. Like, I know Super Mario Party sold really well, but at the same time, it still didn't feel like it was gonna be like one of those big final reveal kind of things. But again, since they hadn't revealed DLC, maybe it was gonna be a bigger deal than I thought it was. Because Super Mario Party selling 17 million copies is definitely not something to look down at. And right now, Mario Party Superstars is selling better in the first 2 months than Super Mario Party sold in the first 3 months. So with the fact that Super Mario Party was the best-selling Mario Party game, and it looked like Mario Party Superstars is on track to sell even better, I kind of was wondering if this was gonna be a bigger announcement than what I thought it was. Then they announced Mario Kart 8 DLC. And it made so much sense while making no sense at the exact same time. Like, having that be one of your big final announcements, it's Mario Kart 8. It is literally the best-selling game on the Nintendo Switch. It is the most popular franchise Nintendo owns. Like, of course it's gonna be one of the big reveals. But why now? Like, what? I'm sure most of you guys already know this information, but I do want to just run over it really quick for anyone who possibly doesn't. But Mario Kart 8 came out on the Wii U back in 2014, almost 8 years ago. Later that year, and then also in 2015, it got DLC. Then in 2017, because the Wii U was a total failure, they repackaged it and gave us Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Then 5 years of radio silence. Or as some people say, a half a decade later. 5 years, people. 5 years. That's 10 years. 5 years. And because we haven't gotten a new Mario Kart in about 8 years, everyone was wondering, when's the new Mario Kart coming? Mario Kart Home Circuit doesn't count. Mario Kart World Tour doesn't count. When's the actual new Mario Kart game coming? And Nintendo Well, I was gonna say that they finally gave us an answer, but I guess they didn't. We still don't know when Mario Kart 9 is coming out. If it's ever gonna come out, let's be honest. Okay, so that's an exaggeration because clearly they're gonna make a new Mario Kart game at some point, but like, will they though? I mean, obviously, at some point they're going to make a new Mario Kart game, but like at the same time, will they? And the other weird thing is they announced 48 different tracks. The first time they did DLC, they only gave us 16 tracks. Now they're giving us 48. They're giving us 48 more tracks. And again, it's 8 years later. Well, technically 7 because I guess they gave us more tracks in 2015. But yeah, we're getting busted. That's not the point. 48 tracks is a lot of tracks. Like, you could literally have made an entire new game with that amount of tracks. That's literally the same amount of tracks the game already has, and that already had DLC. Originally, the game only had 32 tracks. Now they're like, hey, for $25, here's more tracks than what the game originally had. So, I mean, there's only one of two things I'm looking at right now, and that's either one, they were trying to make Mario Kart 9 and literally could not figure out what the next new gimmick was, because Mario Kart's always got to have some sort of gimmick because Nintendo doesn't like to repeat themselves, I guess. And so they either just couldn't think of anything and said, screw it, let's just go ahead and give them, remakes of other boards. Or they were looking at Super Smash Brothers and saying exactly what I've been saying for Mario Party Superstars, which is like, just make it an ultimate version. Like, there is absolutely no need to give us just partial remakes. Like, just go ahead and finish remaking all the freaking content. And Nintendo took that idea, but they didn't apply it to Mario Party Superstars. Instead, they applied it to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And instead of making a Mario Kart Ultimate, they just were like, well, we've already got this really popular selling one. Let's just basically make this one Mario Kart Ultimate. And I'm not complaining about it. Like, I still haven't gotten the expansion pass yet because, I still can't get a Nintendo 64 controller. But, the fact that all 48 of these courses are going to be free once I get the expansion pass, like, that's a pretty damn good deal because I'm gonna buy the expansion pass no matter what to play Nintendo 64 games once I finally get a Nintendo 64 controller. Now I just have the conflict of, do I just play these courses through the expansion pack, or do I actually buy them? That way I can download them and keep them permanently on my Switch. Because I feel like I don't want to rent DLC. I don't want to have it just like, well, as long as I have the expansion pass, I got access to it. Like, no, I do kind of want to permanently own it. But at the same time, like, it's kind of a good deal because I already have the expansion pass, so why would I pay more money to buy something I already have access to? So right now, that's my big conundrum for this, alongside of figuring out what the hell Nintendo's doing. Like, it's so strange, but at the same time, I'm also kind of happy about it because I know there's a lot of people out there who are like, Mario Kart should just gotten Mario Kart 9. And I'm like, but why? Like, maybe you're one of those people who believes it does need a new gimmick because you're tired of the anti-gravity thing that they have in Mario Kart 8 and you really want something new and fresh. But for me, it's always just a racing game where I'm throwing items at people, and overall it doesn't really change drastically game to game. It's pretty much the exact same game, just with little differences here or there. Like, if they made Mario Kart 9, it would basically be the exact same thing. So it's like, why not just go ahead and have all the Mario Kart tracks on the same game cartridge? Plus, instead of paying $60 for a brand new game, we're basically getting the same amount of content, but for $25. Unless, of course, people are just going through the expansion pass, which I feel like, again, it feels like it's too good of a deal. Like, how is Nintendo going to be making money off of this? Because I feel like so many people got the expansion pass, but maybe they didn't. And maybe that is why they are throwing Mario Kart DLC onto this. But I feel like that's not true because they added Animal Crossing DLC before the expansion even came out. Like, it wasn't an incentive of, oh no, please buy this, no one's buying this. No, it was, hey, here's the price and also Animal Crossing's coming with it along with probably other DLC. So you had to figure that this was kind of the plan all along, that when they announced the expansion pass back in the fall, they knew they were going to throw Mario Kart in with this eventually. And to me, that's just strange because then you could have just made a Mario Kart 9 and made a full $60 instead of being like, well, some people are going to buy it, separately, but other people are just going to download it for free through the expansion. So Again, this is just very confusing to me, especially because it makes me wonder if they're going to do other games this way for DLC. Like, is Breath of the Wild 2, if it gets DLC, going to be included in this thing? Are they also going to do that for Mario Party Superstars if it ever gets DLC? And from here on out, are they only going to be doing DLC when they want something new to add to make it a little bit more attractive to buy this expansion pass? Like, maybe this is a giant reason why we should have hope for Mario Party Superstars DLC, because yeah, Mario Kart 8 is gonna be the new shiny toy for, you know, the next few months, but after that, maybe they need something else, and that's when they're planning on doing Mario Party Superstars and announcing it. Like, maybe IndieCube had to wait to do Mario Party Superstars DLC, or maybe they're currently still working on it, but they just aren't announcing it yet because it would have been overshadowed by Mario Kart 8 DLC. So this simultaneously worries me, but also gives me hope strangely, and I can't figure out how they're gonna approach this. Like, a part of me thinks that they're basically gonna just add something new every few months to keep people invested. It's not just the Nintendo 64 and Genesis games, but at the same time, I'm like, why not? Like, why do these things have to be bundled together? Like, to me, that's just a bad move financially. As a consumer, I'm thinking that it's mostly good, but at the same time, again, I do worry that, you know, maybe we will get the bad end of the stick, because instead of having a bunch of different games do DLC just to make more money, they're like, well, okay, we're only gonna have some games do DLC because we're gonna put it in the expansion pass, and we don't need to have all these different games coming in to entice people to get the expansion pass. And then we also don't want you just charging for it separately, because then people are gonna be like, well, why is it just not included in the expansion pass? So how we wanna approach doing DLC from this point forward is, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna put it in the expansion pass, and if we're not, then we're not doing DLC. Which means from now on, only maybe 3 games a year will have DLC, because we only need something every 4 months or so. Then again, maybe this rule only applies to games made specifically by Nintendo. And yeah, I know IndieCube is owned by Nintendo, but maybe they're gonna be separate because of the fact that from a business perspective, it's a little bit different of a situation, because yes, Nintendo owns IndieCube, but IndieCube is specifically the ones that are making the Mario Party games, the Clubhouse games, yada yada yada. As opposed to Mario Kart, which is made strictly by a Nintendo team. Like, I don't think that's the case, but at the same time, we all know those stupid little rules where it's just like, wait, what? Because of some small, stupid technicality like that. So, hence why I'm really confused, because I don't know how to look at this. And I really feel like we're not gonna know until basically the next DLC is revealed. You know, maybe it's gonna be a quarterly thing, like a new DLC is added basically every 3 to 4 months. Which means the next time we'll hear something is about June, and maybe that is, again, the reason why we did not get Mario Party Superstars. They didn't want to release them and announce them at the same time, so instead, they decided, well, Mario Kart's the really big one, so we're gonna do that one first, then we'll do Mario Party Superstars, because otherwise, I don't know what they could really announce between now and the fall, because, I mean, I guess they could do Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I don't think Pokemon will be a part of it, because I feel like Pokemon will definitely be its own thing, since Nintendo only owns 30% of Pokemon, so I don't think that will be included in the expansion pass, because I think we all know that DLC is coming for Arceus. But maybe I'm wrong. A lot of people didn't think that any of the Pokemon games were coming to Nintendo 64 Online, and we're getting Pokemon Snap, we might get Pokemon Stadium, and you know what? The expansion pass is all a part of that, so maybe the DLC for Arceus would somehow get lumped into that. Which means maybe we aren't getting Superstars because we're getting Arceus instead this summer. Then Splatoon will be in the fall and winter, and you know, I guess Zelda would be, you know, in next spring, assuming that The Legend of Zelda will be coming out this year like they plan. Or again, maybe Mario Party Superstars won't be a part of the expansion pass. Maybe if it gets DLC, it will be on its own. Again, they just didn't want to announce it because they wanted to do Mario Kart 8, and then, you know, they're probably going to announce Arceus whenever they do a Pokemon Direct here in like a month or so. So maybe Superstars will get announced April, May, maybe even at E3. Which, in my last video, I said that might happen. I said that if it doesn't happen in the February Direct, maybe it will come just a little bit later. And I didn't think this would be the reason why, but like, it could be because of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe getting DLC, which of course they're not gonna announce that at the same time. Not just because it would overshadow Mario Party Superstars, but also because 2 Mario games, 2 multiplayer focused Mario games are getting the spotlight at the same time. That, I feel like that doesn't work. I mean, that's the exact same reason why they don't release like 2 Mario games at the same time. To be honest, they already oversaturate the whole Mario thing anyway, but we love it, so we don't mind too much. But I do feel like announcing, hey, Mario Kart 8 DLC and Mario Party Superstars DLC are coming. That's a little bit much. So yeah, at this point, I honestly don't know. And I feel like a lot of people were kind of like me. Like, I know I just said that if DLC was not announced at the February Direct, don't worry, it might still be coming. But I will say that after I made that video, I started rethinking it a little bit, and I was like, well, why wouldn't they just go ahead and announce it? Like, even if it wasn't ready, why would they not be announcing it at this point in time? Like, sure, there are things that get announced a lot later, but if they've been working on it for a while and it was gonna be coming out soon, like, I didn't understand why they wouldn't just go ahead and announce it. So leading into this Direct, I was like, oof, if they don't announce it, it looks like we may not get it. And I even had this whole skit prepared in case that did happen. It was something like, you see this? This is what we call a panic button. You see, when we're afraid Mario Party Superstars DLC isn't coming, you hit the panic button. Oh, this is just a knife. This isn't a button. Although, I guess you could argue that it pushes a button deep inside myself that makes all the pain go away when I realize Superstars DLC is in fact not coming. Wow, that joke got really dark. I'm sorry, I apologize. You know, I joke about not having friends and stuff, but I have a lot. Life is good. There is no reason to panic. Sorry, I have a really dark sense of humor. To be fair, I think it's a coping mechanism. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that's no longer the case. Before, I was like, if they don't do the February Direct, my hope is really diminishing. And now, I just don't know what to think. I feel like in some ways, this could actually be a really good sign that Mario Party Superstars DLC is coming this summer. And then in a lot of other ways, I'm like, I don't think it's coming. I think they're going to be doing DLC for other games, and Mario Party Superstars is definitely going to get put to the side. But at the same time, they're now doing a Mario Kart Ultimate version. Clearly, Nintendo is thinking that doing Ultimate versions is a good thing. And they've already got the basis for one of them, Mario Party Superstars. So honestly, guys, I just don't know. Like, I kind of want to hear what you guys think. In the comments below, let me know. Do you have hope? Did this kind of give you hope in a weird way, just like it gave me hope? Did it diminish your hope like it also kind of did to me? Like, do you have mixed feelings just like me? Or are you leaning one way or the other? Like, definitely let me know, because right now this is just a response video. As I'm recording this, it's only been about 8 to 9 hours since that Direct aired, and I watched it live, so I've had only that much time to process it. Maybe I'm gonna do another video where I've had a little bit more time to digest it and I just give a little bit more of what I'm feeling, but right now I'm just kind of all over the place, and I kind of just wanted to give that initial response because I feel like that's probably what a lot of other people are feeling as well. I bet you're feeling a lot like me right now. Probably need a hug. I'd hug you, but you know, I'm not going to. And if you're unsure like I am, you know what? Maybe we should all just go and spam the Mario Party page, because apparently that's how Age of Calamity got DLC. I literally just read an interview where they said that they weren't planning on doing DLC, but through the website, they got so many questions about if they're gonna do DLC that a month after the game came out, they came together to basically talk about, well, what could DLC be? And that's how it came about. So it sounds like just in case they're not actually developing it, we just need to spam Nintendo on their Twitter, Facebook, wherever, and just be like, hey, give us Mario Party Superstars DLC. And the PR guy who works there will eventually go, oh, okay, there's a lot of people who are requesting this, I should report this. Or go to the official Mario Party Superstars website and contact him through that. I don't know how to do that. I know how to tweet at Nintendo, but I don't know how to let them know something through the official site. You know, I have to admit, another thing that I'm thinking about is maybe they do Mario Party Superstars DLC eventually, But we're gonna have to wait a pretty long time, because if they waited 5 years to do Mario Kart DLC for a second time, who knows? For Mario Party Superstars, maybe they're like, you know what, we've already got a lot of planned DLC for this year, but like next year, we're looking a little bit light, so we're gonna want you to do it next year. Or you know what, 2 years from now is what we're planning on right now. So if you could come back in 2 years and do DLC for this game, that would be fantastic. Which kind of makes no sense to me, because Mario Party just, they crank out Mario Parties too soon. Like, it feels like if they do DLC, you kind of want to do it right away. Unless, of course, they're going to step away from doing Mario Party for a little bit to focus on another game, like they did for Clubhouse Games. And they're like, well, when we finish this game, that's when we're going to do DLC for Mario Party. Again, it's weird. I don't know. I really don't know, guys. Because here's the thing, maybe I'm looking at this all wrong. Maybe it's not just gonna be 1 or 2 or 3 things a year that get DLC. Maybe we should be looking at this like it's Game Pass. Only instead of brand new games that come onto the service, it's brand new DLC. And you know what? That new DLC might actually entice you to buy the original game to play that DLC. Because think about this. Think about if you have all this DLC available to you on your expansion pass that you can't use because you don't have those games. So you're sitting there thinking, I'm not getting the best use out of my expansion pass because I have all these DLCs for games I don't own. So you know what? I should go out and buy Mario Kart. And you know what? It's kind of a steal, because here's the thing. I'm basically getting 2 games for the price of 1, because it adds double the amount of tracks to play Mario Kart. So really, it's kind of a waste for me not to have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And Nintendo knows that, so they continuously add DLC to games to get you to buy Splatoon, to get you to buy Mario Party Superstars, to get you to buy, you know, whatever else they want to make DLC for, because that basically is an advertisement for their own games. Because you know people are going to be looking at that and thinking, oh wow, I'd get free DLC if I only had this game, and people love to get things for free. Then again, with the fact that Nintendo seems to never really want to devalue their products, maybe Mario Kart 8 is literally the last DLC pack we will get, because they're thinking, oh, you know what, we're gonna give them Animal Crossing and Mario Kart, our 2 best-selling games, we'll give them free DLC, and then that'll be it, because that's a fantastic deal for them. They don't need anything else. That's why I'm so confused. Like, I really don't know what direction Nintendo is gonna go with this. I don't know if Mario Kart is going to be the last DLC pack we see for the expansion pass. I don't know if they plan on doing continuous releases to advertise games. I don't know if they plan on doing one every quarter or so just to keep the expansion pass enticing. The announcement of Mario Kart 8 DLC coming free to the expansion pass has just, it's basically made things unpredictable, because until they announce the next DLC that's coming to the expansion pass, if they ever announce another DLC pack that's coming to the expansion pass, you don't know exactly what their DLC plan is going to be, if there even is one. Because as much as I don't know, maybe they don't know either. Maybe they haven't figured it out yet. Maybe when no one ends up buying the DLC for Mario Kart because everyone's just using it through expansion pass, they've realized, oh crap, we've made a horrible mistake, and just never ever do DLC through that again. Like, honestly guys, I don't know. There are literally so many different ways you could look at this, and so many different ways Nintendo could be approaching it, that I really don't know if this is going to be a good thing for Superstars or a bad thing for Superstars. And as bad as I am right now, I was so much more conflicted and confused when I watched that Direct. And then of course immediately right after the Direct. In fact, I actually wanted to record everything right then and there, but I had to wait for everyone to go to bed because, yeah, as you guys know, I'm not a professional YouTuber. I don't have like a studio where I can like soundproof it and make sure I'm in my own little space. No, I got people I live with, and then when they go to bed, I record at the opposite end of the house. So I had to wait to record this video, but you know what? I'm kind of glad I did, because if you think I sound confused now, you should have heard me 8 hours ago. That's when I was just like, I didn't even recognize that I wasn't sure how to feel about it. So now at least I've given it some more thought, but you're also getting my initial reaction as well, which hopefully you enjoyed. And if you didn't, I don't know why you stuck around to listen to me for 24 minutes. I mean, thanks, but like, don't know why you did it. So up until this point, everything that you've heard me say is basically my thoughts and opinions and my confliction that I had a week ago. Now, I'm about to upload the video, but I wanted to go ahead and give you guys how I'm feeling a week later. And honestly, I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic. That's not to say that I'm not still
confused and still kind of very unsure, but I'm leaning more towards optimism, and here's why. Because I think the Mario Kart thing proves that Nintendo is looking at their IPs and saying, you know what, we can continuously just keep selling them. We just want to keep people engaged with them. So like, they didn't want to cannibalize Mario Kart 8 sales, which continuously sells really well. Instead, they decided to just do DLC, and then for the next generation of Switch or whatever console it's going to be called, they're going to do another Mario Kart game. And considering the fact that Super Mario Party, as much as I hate to say it, because again, that's my least favorite home console Mario Party game, every time that I would see the NPD sales, it would usually be in the top 10, top 20 for, the couple years after it came out. And with Superstars looking like it's selling even better, I can't imagine Nintendo's like, well, we want to go ahead and start working on the next Mario Party. What they probably are thinking is, we want to go ahead and do DLC, and that way it just kind of reinvigorates the franchise. People are like, oh, they're going to add Waluigi's Island to it? Okay, then I'm definitely going to go pick up Superstars. That was like my favorite from the N64. I definitely ain't going to go get that now. So that's what I'm kind of thinking, along with the fact that when you're looking at how they're doing DLC with either the Fighter's Pass or the Booster Pass, you have to think, what kind of pass would come next? Because it seems like they're really going the route of multiplayer. It seems like they want to have something that can continuously just like go one by one by one by one. And I can't really think of anything that would fit that best other than Mario Party. I mean, they're not going to do it for a single player game like Zelda or, a Super Mario Odyssey 2 or whatever. So I really think that might have a chance. But the bad news is, if they go that route, I feel like that's their next big one they're going to do after Mario Kart, which means we're not getting DLC for Superstars until 2023, like late 2023 or 2024. So those are my thoughts, and I think my next video is going to talk about what a season pass or a party pass would look like. I talked about it in one of my previous videos a little bit, but now that we basically are doing the $25 for an entire new game, which is what Mario Kart 8 DLC is basically doing, I'm thinking I want to go back and revisit it and kind of look at it a little bit differently. So, again, I just wanted to give you my newest impression. Other than that, if you liked the video, give it a like. If you disliked it, give it a dislike. And be sure to let me know how you are feeling, what you are thinking in the comments below. Till next time, see you later.